recording on PC sometimes. Anywho, since last time I sold all my weapons, or excess weapons, and before I forget, Dooflatchet doesn't have his thing equipped. He can actually fight with his bare fists, and I think his damage rating is equal to his level, and his hit rate is normal, like instead of attacking with both fists, like the black belt does, he just attacks with one fist. And he doesn't have a punch animation either. You don't see like that punch animation the black belt has. He just sort of like awkwardly swings his right hand like he's jerking the air off. I guess I could show it off, but not right now. I can't. Battles like this made me wish I had lit too. Why are we missing? Good lord. I screwed the pooch, baby. There we go. But yeah, you know what? I'll show off the fighters fighting without swords for absolutely no reason. And this is actually how anyone fights unarmed. That's not the black belt, so consider it a well, if we get into an encounter. Oh, okay. Whatever. Because I don't have to show off both of them. Eh, whatever. Alright, so remember this dwarf, he wanted TNT. And we got TNT. And he's gonna finish his canal, baby. And that will let us get out of the LDC. I'll show the world map when we get out of here, after we get this Mystic Key treasure. I always find that kind of funny, like, when you look at a wall and you press the A button and they say, nothing's here, and it's like, nothing? Really? Truly? Not even a wall? Not even a... Yeah. So, now that we've got this iron helmet, we can give that to, yeah. Now the silver mail is actually worse than the iron armor as far as absorb goes. But it actually has only an evasion penalty of 4, so it's actually really nice. And yeah, I guess we could go buy a cap and a glove for Carl and raise his absorb up to like 17. So it would cut his evasion some. Also take up precious inventory slots. Oh yeah, I guess I kind of glossed over it, but we got this dragon sword. Last time we went over that these were specialty swords, and they're basically silver swords -1. But I don't think I mentioned, they're supposed to be super effective, like their damage rating is supposed to double against the enemy types that they're named after. Like Were is supposed to be super effective against wolves, and Dragon is supposed to be super effective against dragons, but nope. As far as what color their hands, their bare attacks are when they're not supposed to be fighting, I think it's the color of the last weapon to strike something on screen. I could be wrong, though. It might be one of those situations where the color value changes for the damage cloud every time. I don't really know. So, before we hop in our ship here, I mean, you can still do it while you're in the ship, I'm pretty sure, but you press B select like those brooms told us to do back in Matoya's cave, and you can look at the world map that way. And you're the glowing four-way, you know, cursor, and then every other glowing dot is either a city or a dungeon, or a, you know, a place that you can enter that is considered a separate instance from the overworld. And even though it looks like we're still completely surrounded by land in the Aldi Sea, that dwarf blew open a canal just to the south of Dwarftown, so now we can actually get the hell out of here. And it would make sense to stop in at this town. This town is called Melmond. But, well, there's somewhere else I want to go ahead and go that the game doesn't actually ever direct you to go to. I don't know if any other towns even mention it, but basically, it's another town, and it's probably the coolest town in the game. Well, maybe not the coolest town, but it's like a... I don't know, like, kind of like... Oh, god dang it. It's kind of like a, it's basically the staging point for the latter half of the game. Like, it's a good place to grind in general. I don't think we've seen a red Sahagin before. They're basically like a, I don't know, double or triple the strength of a normal Sahagin as far as HP goes. Okay, it's more like double. But there is nothing super special about them other than they're red and give more money. So. Yeah, so the place we're going, it's called Crescent Lake, I'm pretty sure. And you can get it by either sailing east the long way around, or just sail west. And the world loops around just like in real life, and it's this dock right here. If you wanted to look at where you are at the world map, if you're, you know, new to the game, you're on the super eastern edge. Right. And it's the little glowing dot down to our southwest, near that sort of backwards L or J-shaped water body. And we might be running into some new enemies. Well, they're not new, but it's a new formation. Cobras and scorpions. We want to take out the scorpions. We don't want to deal with that shit. In fact, we don't want to deal with that shit so bad, we're going to fire to them. I got one of them with the fire too. Ah, but we still didn't evade the poison. That's what I was trying to prevent. This is kind of the point of the game where the characters with less absorb, like if they weren't getting beat up on you before, they're gonna start getting beaten up now. Whenever they start getting hit, like a lot of the enemies around here start hitting a lot harder. Yeah, see, we got this, like... Again? I hate scorpions. I hate them so bad. Every enemy in this game that has traumatized me has usually traumatized me when I did the All Thief playthrough. Like... gonna hear me say, like, in an All Thief playthrough, like, 8 billion times, and it's because it was ridiculous. Normal rules do not apply. And I'm gonna be dumb and have us, like, not kill everything this turn. So I can try to use Cure in battle so I don't have to switch around people. Maybe. Alright, use the Pure, you bastard. Yay! It's actually one of my good friends, and I'm just talking to him like he's a trash. Of course, his other friends, like, we're all Final Fantasy XIV friends, and they trash talk him all the time. Oh my god! Okay, I'm transitioning this one out. Like, that was ridiculous. That's the most I've run into cobras and scorpions in my entire life in this area. Anywho, this is Crescent Lake, and they've got an inn right there, which is the walking distance from this inn to the start of the town. Is one of the reasons this is like a really good grinding place, because your recovery time is... That was a finger snap in case it didn't sound like it. But what I really came here for is we can buy some pretty good side pieces or accessory pieces for armor. Silver helmets and silver gauntlets for our fighters, a buckler for our red mages, and silver shield for our fighters as well. And I don't think we have enough money for everything. We don't really need everything, but well, we'll see. We'll see how much we can get. What? Okay. Sell that chainmail. Let's see. I'm gonna upgrade Toka's shield. Okay. Alright. Let's rearrange gear some. Yeah, I think we could save on money a bit. Let's see. Well, it makes sense to give the silver stuff to... Okay. Yeah, this works. This works. Okay. Yeah. So, it's a difference of 7 absorb and a little more evasion, honestly. Ooh, we're about to gain a level. Let's see. No, you know what? I could go ahead and buy 2 silver pieces for Toka. Like, there's no reason that I can't. Let's see. The Iron Shield sells like crap, but that's okay. We'll get him the gauntlets. Because... Oh, I guess we could get all 3 now. I didn't buy myself the buckler yet. Let's see, how much is, what's the difference? 1 absorb. Okay, yeah. That's cool. That's cool. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna buy the buckler. The buckler is 2 absorb with no penalty to evasion, I think. I think it's no penalty. I guess we'll find out here. Let's see. Yeah, no penalty. And thieves can also use bucklers. So like if you had a party of all thieves, they would be having you would want almost all of them to have gloves, cap, buckler, and thieves can't use silver mail or chain mail, so they would be having silver bracelets. But they would have like 19 absorb rather than 22. And yeah, so that's cool. Carl will sell. Yep. I think the inn here costs 200 gil, so I don't think we'll be able to read it. Let's see. I thought one of these had another Easter egg. Oh, okay. Oh, Light Warriors, you can do it. Okay. And their weapons store here actually has all silver weapons. But we already know daggers suck. I banned silver swords. The silver hammer is worse than what we have. And the silver axe is actually better than what we have, but it's only got a hit rate of 10. It's also stronger than a silver sword. So, like, and they're fighter only right now, but later on, ninjas can also use them. We will find a silver axe, and at the time that we find it, it'll actually be a good point for one of the fighters to use it. That guy's asleep. Sleeping, standing up. And these magic stores, they sell level 6 magic for 20,000 gil per spell. Invis 2 and Fog 2, they cast those spells on the entire party. Exit takes you completely out of a dungeon. And Soft cures petrification. And then Lit 3 does exactly what you think it does. Rub, you know what that does. Quake is another elemental form of instant death. So like if the element that Rub has, which I can't remember what element it's supposed to be. I think it's Darkness Elemental, but I don't really know. But Quake is like Earth Elemental, and then but it's instant death. And then Stun is Paralyzed. So none of those spells are really that useful. And later on we'll be able to get Lit 3 for the Red Mage, but not right now. Now the big thing about Crescent Lake is we got all these sages over here. And in remakes, I think this one right here is Lucan, the guy who did the title prophecy. Led here by the stars and the prophecies, huh? Once the orbs shined with the power of earth, wind, fire, and water, the 4 fiends seized those powers. Earth, wind, fire, and water, the world is bound by these 4 powers. Each element's power focuses at its altar. Locate and crush the fiend. Then to make it shine, place the orb on the altar guarded. 4 fiends are bent on the world's destruction. 200 years ago, the Fiend of Wind teamed with that of the water to destroy civilization. Oh, so we're actually living in a post-apocalypse era. The Earth Fiend causes the rot of our land. The Fire Fiend will burn everything up. As you restore light to the orbs, we will reveal more secrets. Please, see us repeatedly. Light Warriors, only you can make the orbs shine again. You must use force only for just purposes. 400 years ago, you lost control of the wind. 200 years later, we lost the water, then earth, and fire followed. The powers that bind this world are gone. Well, that's kind of scary. But, we'll save the world. If I can stop yawning. So, you're not really supposed to come here yet. You're not intended to. But, like, there's nothing stopping you from coming here, so. Alright, it's a Pede. These give really good money, but they can also poison you, and they have pretty high physical defense. I'm not sure what magic that they're really susceptible to, but we don't have a lot of magic going for us right now. But this is actually the kind of monster that justifies buying a silver sword at this point, because their defense is so high. Oh, hey, look, level ups. Excellent. Beautiful level up, Tamir. Beautiful level up, Token. Aww, Carl. You ain't me. Alright. Oh, but he didn't get the strength, but He's level 10 now, so he's gonna start doing 4 hits. It's gonna be beautiful. It's gonna be beautiful. Oh, finally, new enemies. Trolls and bulls. Excellent. They're all susceptible to fire. I think especially trolls. And, might as well put it to the test. We're not going to be using it when we go back across the ocean. So. Beautiful. Oh, look at that damage that Carl just did. And then he lifts and oh yeah. Look at that experience and money. That's pretty much like killing Astos all over again. Yeah, experience points and money really starts to skyrocket at this point. But that's because everything is getting so expensive. It's very expensive. Sorry, I can't help but reference H.C. Bailey. I watched him for too many years. I still watch him. I haven't been keeping up with his Final Fantasy 15 Let's Play as much as I could be. It's hard to watch an hour at a time. Also, said the guy who keeps recording like a full hour of frickin' an 8-bit era game. But, I mean, he's entertaining. I don't even care about Final Fantasy 15, and I've watched at least 20 of his episodes of it so far, so yeah, that's a whole thing. Let's see, let's look at the map. Let's see. I think going back east would be slightly faster than going around the long way, so yeah. The world be round, or something like that. Yeah, I guess I'll see if I can make it. I just realized I didn't do something. Alright, this is the city of Melmond. And as you can see, they have a ton of graves. This town was invaded by the vampire. The clinic was destroyed and the town was cursed. As a kid, that never made sense to me. I was like, why would the vampire destroy the clinic? It just doesn't sound that alarming. But then when you realize the clinic is actually supposed to be a church, and the vampire destroyed the church, like, that's gotta be kind of scary, right? Because aren't crosses supposed to ward off vampires? And this motherfucker just rolls up and destroys something he's supposed to fear? Getting all sorts of interesting tidbits out of everyone except for the frickin' farmer. Civilizations to the north used to prosper, huh? Must be that civilization that the sages say got destroyed. The Titan who lives in the tunnel eats gems. He loves rubies. Never heard of Dr. Une, huh? As far as the weapon and armor shops here go, they don't really sell anything that great. The weapon shop's best weapon here is the longsword. It's basically like on par with the sword we already have. It's relatively cheap. It's like 2,000 gold or whatever, but if you're gonna buy anything store-bought, you might as well go to Crescent Lake and buy all silver stuff. The armor store sells all iron armor and steel mail for fighters specifically. The steel mail costs 45,000 money. It's tremendously costly, and not really worth it in the long run. So don't worry about getting it, unless like you have all fighters, in which case, well, you could probably afford to get it. Alrighty then, let's see, we're hitting the 30-minute mark here shortly. So following that old man's advice, the Earth Cave is down the only way we can really go on this continent, or peninsula, whatever. Now there's the Earth Cave, and see, I kind of did a dumb thing. I didn't think about it, but I probably should have saved some money and bought a bunch of heal potions and some more beers, because there's going to be stuff in here that can poison us, along with another host of nasty things, but you have to go through here twice, and you'll see why. So, since I don't have a lot of resources, I'm just going to try to go as deep as possible right away, and we might luck out and get through, and if we don't, then we will probably die or something, I don't know. I'll help out Toka. Green ogres or great ogres. I think they have like 150 HP? I'm not really sure. But their attack power isn't really anything to write home about, so it's not that hard to kill them. Really good for money too. All giant enemies in this game are usually pretty good for money. The rule of thumb is the bigger the monster, the more money. With a few exceptions, like bosses. Now, there was a northern path, and a southern path, and a western path back there. And I'll show you what's down those paths, either later or next time. But for now, I'm just gonna plow on through. And as you can see, we're running into enemies from they're basically the same enemies we can run into around Crescent Lake. Which, yes, means we're going to run into a bunch of cobras and scorpions eventually, too. There's some other nasty creatures in here that are not around Crescent Lake that I would rather not run into because they're so nasty. But we'll see. Somewhat difficult for me to remember exactly how the path is supposed to go for getting through here. I've done it several dozen times, I just don't really fully remember it. Treasure. The Coral Sword. The Coral Sword is effectively equal to the Dragon Sword, but has a slightly higher crit rate since it appears later in the data. And so we'll take our very modest upgrades and switch things around. Oh, another cabin, how about that? Money's never hurts. There's some more treasures off to the left, but like I said, I'm just trying to, since I know I have to come through here twice, I'm just trying to get us through, because we'll have to walk in and then walk back out since we don't have access to exit or warp. So up to this level, things are pretty easy. On this level, we can actually run into the dreaded cockatrice. And depending on how many we run into and whether we get ambushed or not, it might have a reset coming our way. Or we might even completely wipe and die, because if everyone gets petrified, it's game over. Ah, just mummies. Ah, thank God. After that battle, ooh, that's a lot of money. I had to use my last pure actually in that battle. It was half werewolves, half great wolves. I guess specters are new. We haven't seen them, but they're basically like all the zombies in this game are basically the same. Like they're reskinned, and they all hit you, and almost all of them paralyze you on hit. You can run on up to a mixture of 9 of these guys, and the green ones, the specters, they actually have slightly less HP than the geists, and I think they do less hits, but they both paralyze on strike. So if you get ambushed like 9 of these guys, you can get stun locked for a long time unless you blow them away with like a fire 2 or a harm 2. Be kind of rough without like mages, but so far so good. We haven't run into any cocks, and I want to keep it that way. A lot of red bats down here. Oh look, a normal ogre. He's the odd man out. I'm gonna let Weston beat him up. Or, Carl, rather. Yeah. My brother actually went by Weston for a long time, and then every girl he started dating was, like, calling him Carl. And then, like, in video games, he'd sometimes name himself, Carl with that K instead of a C, even though I think it's spelled on his birth certificate, C. Don't quote me on that. And, I'm divulging real world information. I'm doxing my brother. I'm a whore. But now I'm gonna have to watch this on the recording. Did one of those things crit me? One of the green ogres? Whatever. Getting my butt whooped. What else is new? Seems legit. Okay. Money, please. Here we get an Earth Elemental. Very strong physical attack and fairly resilient to magic, but not really that bad. So should be able to take him out pretty easy. And as long as he keeps banging on the fighters, it won't be too hard. Our levels are a bit low, so with the weakened weapons on top of that, like, sometimes our damage is gonna look pretty pathetic for where we're at, but when those critical hits come in, baby, and we get 1,000 money. Very nice, very nice. Oh, there's gonna be a bat in my way. Oh dear God. This is my life. Can I just push it and it goes through the door? Really? This thing's better not fucking poison me, I swear to God. Okay, out of my way, bat. Go through the door. Go through the door. Go through the door. I guess I can't go through the door. That's... excuse me. This has never happened to me before, by the way. I've never had a bat go down there. If it takes too long for it to move out of the way... what was my turbo button? Can I reset monster positions by going into, like, the menu? No? Fuck me, dude. That is something else. Come on, you asshole. You're not even supposed to be down there. Come on. No. Look, man. Dude. Come on. Come on, you whore. Come towards me. Come on. No. No. Come towards me. Towards me. Towards me. Fuck you. Okay. So here we got a boss. One of these days I'll edit in some fancy music. All living things were born to die. No one can defeat me. The vampire. Yes. He looks slightly bigger than I remember him being. I think he can cast something? I might be thinking of a cousin of his later on. He's got a pretty high physical attack and decent physical defense. He's weak to fire, obviously. And we could also use fast on him to take him out. By powering up somebody's physical attack, like Carl's. I'll just use fire on him. Ow. Hit my fighters, you jerk. Okay, that works too. Man, he gave less EXP than fucking Astos. Of course, he's not as hard as Astos either, so... Alright, Tamir's got over 300 HP. It's beautiful. Come on, Carl. Yeah, you got the strength. Good boy. Oh, my level sucked. That's okay. Can't always have good levels. Yeah, Ruby. Now, if you go up there, there's a slab, and well, I guess I'll show it. But now I regret my life decisions. That's not good. I've got one spill. Oh, I didn't get myself pure. Okay, so change of plans. I wanted to go up there and show you the slab, but you're gonna see it anyway. So we're gonna get the fuck out of here. And hope that Carl doesn't get destroyed. And yes, that's the poison sound. And yes, it's annoying. And it annoys me too. And oh my frickin' god. Okay, oh, this is acceptable. This is good. This is good. I approve. I approve. Though I think I don't have any cures left now. So more than likely Carl's gonna die. Yeah, Carl's gonna bite it. So that's sad. We're all gonna bite it. Okay. Run away! Why does it put the poison guy in the front? Yeah, whatever. Bat, I am in no mood. Get out of the way. Yeah, he's gonna be down to like no HP. Oh, 2 cockatrices? This is kind of risky, but we'll kill him. We'll try to kill him anyway. I don't have that much HP. The deal with them is just they petrify you, so yeah. If Carl dies, I'll just start running from things. What is in here? I went the wrong way. You can't run from wizards, I don't think. I could be wrong, but I don't think that you can. Sorry if you heard. Ah, there goes Carl. Well, now we don't have to put up with the poison sound anymore. We'll kill 3 of them and then see if we can run away from the last one. And that way we're not getting beaten on too much when our running attempts fail. But I'm pretty sure that any guaranteed slot, like before a treasure chest, is like an enemy encounter that you can't actually escape from. But yeah, these are just regular enemies now. They're not specialty encounters. Oh shit, I must run away. Well, whatever. And there was a heal potion. That could have been the difference between life or death for Carl. Can we run away from mummies? Like, these were a guaranteed encounter before thingies. Okay, yeah, we can run away from mummies. Sweet. Like, I'm not gonna reset just to keep EXP aligned, but like, there's no reason to let him fall so far behind that becomes a problem. So, this is really my own fault for not having foresight enough to buy all the pure potions between episodes. Okay, this is just one guy. That'll be okay. Ow. And my ear keeps itching. Think headset. Yeah, we're running from this. It's too many. Too many to pick our way through with only 3 fighters, or 3 people capable of fighting. Poison effect drives me insane. Okay, so we'll just use a cabin. And then hope that we can make it to the boat. Because we have to actually go to Elfland or to... yeah, we actually have to go to Elfland or to Corneria or any other city that's not Melmond, because Melmond's church got destroyed. Yeah, these guys are worth money. Hey look, it's the Marsh Cave! Hi Marsh Cave, my Marsh Cave. Really? And that's how the clinic works. But no, even though it's called the clinic, they can't actually help you with poison. So you actually have to buy pure potions. Which I will. And when you get revived at the church, you only have 1 HP, so you better stay at the inn, or heal, before you go back out of town. And now that I'm running up on an hour of recording, I'm going to go ahead and stop and start the editing process again. So, thanks for watching. Sorry for my tomfoolery. But the death counter has increased. Sorry, Carl. And he's now 900 experience points behind. That's not really that much, and by the end of the game, that'll basically be like a battle or two. Like, it's whatever. Anywho, thanks for watching. Stay safe. Have a great day. Like and sub if you'd like, and I'll see you again.